Hey guys, it's Alpha. I'm coming at you guys again with another life story, and this one's a bit of a short one. Alright, let me give you guys some background info. So, about like a month ago, my next door neighbors actually moved out, and me and my friends, like a couple of days after they moved out, decided to go wandering around the house, see if any of the windows were open so we could get inside and, investigate, look around and shit. And we couldn't find an open window. So, we gave up. We went back to my backyard and we just hung out. And apparently, a couple of days after that, two of my friends went back to the house. They went to the garage and they somehow managed to bust it open. I didn't know of any of this, right? So, one of my friends, he was actually one of the ones that helped get the door busted open. He came to pick me up before school. I was already planning on like walking to school by myself, but he came, so I was like, fuck it. And then he had a gram of weed on him. And I don't like getting high before school because I personally get very paranoid and I just don't have a good experience with it. But, I was in a good mood, so I was like, all right, I'll take a few hits, get a nice buzz before school. And he's like, follow me. And I was like, right. And he took me to the garage. Keep in mind, remember, I didn't know that he busted it open. So it's just like, what the fuck are we doing here? We couldn't get it open. And he's like, look. And he just opened the fucking door. And I was like, what? And then, he spent like the next 3 minutes explaining to me like what they did and shit. And, at first I was sketchy about it, but, I was like, it's cool, it's cool. You know, busted out. I have a mini bong, but I left it inside because, I didn't know that we were going to bake. And so he was like, bust out the mini bong before we started, smoking. And I was like, no, I can't go back in or my mom's going to think it's really sketchy. She's going to be like, what the fuck are you doing here again? And he was like, oh, all right. But it was all right because he had an apple on him. And, all the classic stoners know how to make an apple pipe. So, we smoked out of the apple. And we were getting pretty fucking baked, right? I'll admit I took a few more hits than I probably should have. And, we were about to leave. I had my backpack in hand. He had his. We were about to go to the nearest fucking, what's it called? The nearest little store by our house to buy some eye drops. And right as we were about to leave, guess who? Guess who was at the door? Guess at that very moment who was opening the door? Wrong, motherfucker. It was 501. We were just standing there, literally with bags in our hands, with a fucking apple on like this desk on the garage. And he just walks in and he's like, "What are you guys doing?" And we're like, "Oh, we're just hanging out before school." And he walks over and he sees the apple and there's like still some weed in it. And we're like, oh shit, because he saw it. And then he's like, so you guys were smoking marijuana, huh? And we were up front with it. We were like, yeah, we were. And, he made us get on the ground, empty out our pockets. He started talking to us, asking us a shit ton of questions, asking us who we got it from. But our hood ain't never let us be no snitch, so we gave no names. And he finally realized that he wasn't gonna name out of us, so he stopped talking to us about that. He was asking us, where we lived. And I lied. I told him that I lived on Gates, which is like a street by my house. Not really by my house, it's pretty far away actually. And just as I said that, just as I fucking said that, remember, these are my next door neighbors. Just as I fucking said that, my mom is coming home from dropping off my little sister at school, and she passes by the neighbor's garage, and she catches a glimpse of me, and all I hear is her calling out my name, uh, like, like questioning. I'm not gonna say my name, obviously, because I don't feel comfortable with that yet on YouTube. But yeah, so she like called my name in a confused tone. She came by the garage and she saw that it was me, And the officer was like, "Is this your son?" And she was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Where do you guys live?" And she pointed to the house that was right next to the garage that we were in. And he looked at me and he's like, "So you like lying to police, huh?" And, I was high as hell, so I just started laughing. He went on to explain the whole situation to my mom and shit, man. That was the scary part. I knew that as soon as I went back inside that house, I was gonna get an ass whooping. And we went back. We went to the front of the house, and two other pigs came, two other officers. And I'll be honest, I don't like the fucking police. Never have, never will. And they were just hanging out there, waiting for us, I guess. And they started talking. They put us in the back of one of the police cars, me and my friend. We were just hanging out there. We were too high to give any shits, to be honest. At least I was. And I forgot. All right, I didn't forget. Here's what happened. Like, we were in there for like, I'd say like 10 minutes while the dude was filling up the paperwork. And his friend in another police car, like, pulled up to the side of his car. And they started talking. And the cop whose car we're in pulls out the apple we were using. And he's like, "So what do I do with this? Like, do I wrap it in tinfoil and put it in evidence?" And for some reason, I don't know why, maybe it was just because we were high as hell. Me and my friend started laughing, like hysterically. We were dying, man. It was the funniest thing ever to us for some reason. And like a couple minutes passed, he let us go. He let us go back. He actually took us to school first, and from there, like, they took us home. Sorry, I thought I heard a noise. From there, they took my friend to his house first, and then, we got to mine. And just guess what? Just as I predicted, I got out of the police car, and I went inside, and my mom was waiting for me on the couch with a fucking wooden spoon. Now, for all of you guys that are listening that are not Mexican, you don't know the struggle, man. We don't get yelled at. Well, we do, but that's not everything, man. That's not our punishment. See, we get pain. Like, from what I've seen, the only other people that I know that are like this are black people. They know our sympathy, man. They have our sympathy. And fucking, my mom was waiting there with a fucking wooden spoon. And I tried running to my room, man. I'm gonna be honest. She caught me by the shoulder and she started beating the shit out of me with the spoon. Oh, it was hilarious. But yeah, I'm never going back to that fucking garage again. And 420's coming up, guys, so hope you have a fantastic day. Stay up. And I guess that's it. Goodbye, my Wolfpack.